Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful week. This week I am coming to you with a new video, of course. It would be really nice if we spent a couple of days together. In those couple of days I'm going to be showing you little bits and pieces of my everyday life, but then I also need to do some book shopping too. There are some books that I have my eye on and that I feel like I will not be at peace until I have found these books and read them and have them in my possession. So that's what's going to happen. So grab yourselves a drink, let's get cozy and let's spend a couple of days together. I have just got to the shops and there are a few books in particular that I am looking for. Number one is The Favourites. Number two is Wings of Starlight. Number three is First Time Caller, I think it's called. And then the fourth one is a Kristen Hanna book. I asked you guys over on Instagram which book you think I should start with and you all said The Nightingale. So I'm going to be looking for The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Those are the four books that I've got my eye on and that I can't stop loving thinking about. So three of those are non-fantasy books. So yeah, apparently The Favourites is supposed to be really gripping, full of plot twists, really addictive. Wings of Starlight is supposed to be magical. It's giving Disney. First Time Caller is supposed to be like one of the best romance reads of the year. And Kristen Hanna's books are supposed to emotionally wreck you and devastate you and have just an amazing, I don't know if amazing is the right word when it emotionally wrecks you, but yeah, they're supposed to be incredible. So that's what we're going to be looking for. First shop that we're going to be stopping at is The Works. So let's go. As soon as I walked in, I found First Time Caller and it had these beautiful sprayed edges. And Spiral with these sprayed edges, yeah. I was so tempted by every single one of these books. Then it was time for a coffee. Of course, I had to admire the books that I'd just purchased. I don't know when I'm gonna be over this copy of First Time Caller. It's just too pretty. And when I left the shops, the sky looked like this. Okay, I found one of the four books that I was looking for in The Works, which I was really happy with, and it had a beautiful sprayed edge. I gasped when I saw it. I was like, you're coming home with me. I also found Spiral by Balcabra. Read Collide last year, loved it, had such a good time, and heard incredible things about that book. So I saw it and it had sprayed edges too, so I was like immediately yes. So I feel like first shop was a great start. A really great start, but we're still on the hunt for the other three, so that's to be continued. I thought what might be nice is if we do a little bit of reading together as well. So I'm currently reading God of Wrath, which is book 3 in the Legacy of God series. I've got maybe like 25% left to go. I am absolutely loving it. I think this is my favourite of the series so far, which is actually saying a lot because I love book 1 and I love book 2, but I feel like this has the potential to be my favourite. Book 1 I gave 4.5 stars, book 2 I gave 4.5 stars, and I'm thinking book 3 has the potential to be 5. It really truly does, but we'll see how things wrap up in the last 25%. So book 3 is about Jeremy. Jeremy is my favourite of all of the boys, I think, so far. The dynamic between him and Cecily I have really enjoyed because it's no dynamic that I've ever experienced before, and I just love them. I love them so much, but I love Jeremy in particular. That man. That man. Yeah. He's great. The character development we see in this book with Cecily is actually kind of mind-blowing. In the beginning I was like, I have never read a character like you before. I'm excited and interested to see how your story develops and where you go, and to see her blossom and bloom like you do in this book is such a joy and has me hook, line and sinker. I'm so invested in them, but I'm also super invested in them as individuals too, not just as a couple, and just living for them and this world. And this series truly is just proving to me that I really actually can enjoy dark romance, and that, you know, I really thought after reading Haunting Adeline, because I didn't enjoy that book, I thought I was not a dark romance girly. Ever since then I haven't picked up a dark romance since, and then at the end of last year picked up the Legacy of God series and was like, it's probably not going to be for me. I've tried Haunting Adeline, that was a no, you know, that's it. And actually it just goes to show that just because you have one experience with a book of a particular type of genre that you don't enjoy doesn't mean that you should rule out that genre. Try different books within that genre and see maybe whether actually like it's the storyline or it's the book or it's the characters that maybe you didn't enjoy. Maybe it's not the actual genre that you don't enjoy, maybe it's just that particular book. And that was definitely the case for me with Haunting Adeline. Yes, Jeremy. Yes. Oh, listen to this quote. What I am, however, is someone who'll slaughter your demons one by one until you're finally free of them. I'll touch your scars until you normalize them and can live with them, because they're part of what makes you who you are. This man, I cannot. It's the next day, and I had every intention of finishing God of Wrath last night, but I just could not stop falling asleep. It's currently 7 AM, we're out for our morning walk, and now we're gonna head back and finish God of Wrath. So we got to 80%, so we've just got 20% of the book left to go. I just got tired last night, and you know when you're reading and your eyes are like falling asleep? And I was like, no, I want to enjoy this fully to its full potential, and I do not feel like I can give it that right now, so I went to bed. What I especially love at the moment that's happening is with every single Rena Kent book that we get, there's always a couple of chapters that are dedicated to the parents in some way or capacity, and I really, really enjoy that. And we're just at that part now, and honestly, forever just has me laughing and smiling, because the parents are always just like older versions of them. You get little insights into their parents' dynamic and their relationship, which I always think is really nice to see. It's all going to shit right now. Oh god. I think there's a twist taking place that I haven't seen come in. What the hell? Oh, thank god. Thank god. We have finished God of Wrath. 5 stars. 5 stars all the way. All the way, all the way, all the way. That was so good. I never wanted that book to end. I feel like I need a sequel. I want to know more about them. I know like all the books are about different couples, but those two in particular, they just had that special something. I loved them so much. I loved Jeremy so much. The dynamic, everything between them. The dark romance in that was just... Cannot recommend this series enough. If you're a dark romance girly, you'll love this. And even if you're not, I would say give it a try. It's definitely like at the deeper end and the darker end of dark romance, I think. Especially if you're starting with book 1, which is God of Pain. That from the first chapter is like, you're straight in there. But either way, this series has just got me in such a chokehold. I cannot. It was so bloody good. Oh, I want to read it again straight away. Okay, I've got my running stuff on, my hair's up, we're ready to go. So let's go seize the day, enjoy that sunshine whilst we can, and let's attempt to run. I don't know what it is about running, but there's something about running that just completely stops my brain from thinking. It's just empty and it's peaceful, and it's just me and the road, and it's a little bit of tranquility for me actually, and afterwards I just feel amazing. And we're back. It's Sunday, it's raining, I've just been to the gym, and now I am gonna head into town, see if I can find the last 3 remaining books on my list. We've got The Favourites, The Nightingale and Wings of Starlight left. I'm gonna grab a takeaway matcha and see what kind of gems we can find, so let's go. I grabbed myself a takeaway matcha from my favourite coffee shop and headed to Waterstones. I immediately found a copy of The Nightingale and this super pretty edition of The Favourites with purple sprayed edges. Blood Over Bright Haven is on my priority TBR. This looked so pretty. I need to read Blood of Hercules ASAP. The women for half price? Are you kidding me? Tia Williams' books are supposed to be amazing. I've not seen one bad review about this book. I hoped Wings of Starlight would be in my fave section, but sadly no luck. I really want to read this. Then I found these beautiful editions of The Hunger Games. After more browsing, that was my book shopping complete. So this week's video has been a little bit chaotic and there's bits and pieces here, there and everywhere, but I promise you I will get better at them as I go. Now here's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for a book haul. Now this haul is a series of impulsive purchases, book shopping, and also some lovely publisher mail that I have been sent. So let's dive in to this gigantic stack of books. Let's start with the publisher mail first. I received this beautiful copy of Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, and it has stunning red sprayed edges on, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. This comes out in March, and if you love The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, you will love this. If you're wanting a story that's going to break your heart and then slowly piece you back together again, you will love this. And if you're wanting a story that feels super unique, filled with twists and turns, and that is absolutely breathtaking, this is for you. Then we've got Close Protection by Eden Victoria. This is a fake dating bodyguard romance, and Eden Victoria is a content creator as well, and now turned author, and this sounds like it's going to sweep me off my feet. This one follows heiress Daphne, but then there's a break-in at her father's office. So he enlists a bodyguard to help, protect her, look after her, make sure she's okay. And when that threat against her life becomes very real, he vows to do whatever it takes to keep her safe. Yeah, I think we're gonna love this. Then we've got The Art of Unmaking by Parker Lennox. Parker Lennox co-wrote Riftborn, which I absolutely loved, so I'm really excited to see what this is going to be like from her. This is set in 1922, and it's a sapphic, dark academia style book. Our female main character is drawn into this mysterious society, and she ends up finding herself questioning herself and everything that she's ever believed in. And with this book, nothing is as it seems. And finally, we've got The Life Cycle of the Common Octopus by Emma Knight. This is a part coming-of-age story, part family mystery, and it's a celebration of female friendship, motherhood, and your first love. On the front of this proof, it says, "As nights smudge into looping days, I return to that year. I remember who we were and what we thought we knew." This one comes out in April 2025, and I feel like it's going to be absolutely spellbinding. Now, in terms of the books that I have purchased, was my shopping trip successful? Mostly. The only book I didn't get out of the 4 that I was looking for is The Favourites by Lane Fargo, and that's because they only had it in hardback, and I know this, but I don't really want it in hardback. I would like that book in paperback, so I'm thinking that's going to be one that I end up reading on my Kindle. But I did, however, end up with 7 new books. And I've got to say, the majority of these are not actually fantasy. Shock. Who am I? Let's start off with the 2 that you guys know about. I picked up Spiral by Bal Cabra. I read Collide last year, had a really fun time with it, and I've heard that Spiral is even better. So obviously it's ice hockey meets ballerina. I've never read a ballerina kind of romance before, so really excited to see how that goes. This also had absolutely gorgeous sprayed edges. Are you kidding me? The works, they had some amazing sprayed edges actually. They always do, but in particular this time I was like, wow, they're knocking it out of the park. So all I'm going to say is we've got ice hockey, we've got ballerina, and we've got fake dating, combined with Bal Cabra's swoon-worthy romance. Yes please. And then I was absolutely screaming at this. I obviously found First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, and this had the most stunning sprayed edges. I was like, wow. I was living for this purchase, truly. Now, I've been seeing everybody talk about this, ranting and raving and saying it's one of the best romances they've ever read. And one of the things that a lot of people are loving is that our female main character, she's got her life together. She's got her shit together. She doesn't need anybody to complete her. She already is complete. And I'm like, I am liking the energy that you're bringing to the table already. So I feel like this has to happen for me in March. I just need to know. I need to know what everybody's talking about. It's one of those ones. And it's got me in the palm of its hand and I haven't even read it yet. But I feel like this is gonna be pretty special. Whilst we're on the subject of romance, the other book that I ordered was Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Now, can someone tell me why I have been sleeping on Abby Jimenez? What have I been doing? I am an Emily Henry girly, through and through, such a big fan. And apparently once you've read all of Emily Henry's books, the next place you go to, the next author's work that you pick up is Abby Jimenez. And I haven't yet, but now is the time, and I could not be more excited. Apparently, Part of Your World is the best place to start if you're new to her books, because I think there's 3 so far in the series, and you need to read them in order to have the best possible experience. So if, like me, you're new to Abby Jimenez, we start with Part of Your World. I'm just excited, guys. I'm excited for this new chapter of my romance reading journey. Now, there's 3 books on this pile that are not my normal cup of tea. So first up, let's talk about Beartown by Frederick Backman. This is not my normal cup of tea. This is not my normal cup of tea. It's not fantasy. I don't think it's romance from what I've heard. But apparently this is just absolutely incredible. Every person I've seen talk about this says it's a 6-star read. And I'm like, okay, I want to know if this is going to be a 6-star read for me too. Apparently it's heart-achingly beautiful and will restore your faith in humanity. I mean, I don't know why, but I thought this was going to be emotional, but on the back it says, a brilliant and comforting read, laugh out loud funny, a sure-footed insight into the absurdity, beauty and the ache of life. I don't know what time we're in for with this, to be honest. I have no idea what to expect. Maybe I should vlog my reading experience with Beartown, see how we go. Yeah, I'm excited to see whether this is a 6-star or whether it's not. What are we in for here? I don't know, but I can't wait. Then, as you guys know, I wanted to find The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and I picked up The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And apparently this is all about what it's like to be a woman in World War II. This has been described as compelling, moving, and the novel of a lifetime. Okay, and every single person I've seen that's read this has been wrecked. Like, soulfully wrecked, emotionally wrecked, mind, body, spirit wrecked. So I'm thinking I'm going to be wrecked, and I weirdly can't wait. But then, as you guys saw from my blog, The Women was also half price at Waterstones. Could not leave that behind. Now this one is all about deep friendships, heroism, idealism, and courage, and is a novel of epic loss and devastating love. So I know that when I want to cry, when I'm in that kind of mood where I want a book that's going to move me, and to be honest, I'm always looking for a book that's going to move me because they tend to be 5-star reads, we're going to be picking up one of these 2. I think I'm going to start with The Nightingale first because that's what you guys all recommended. But I'm nervous and no, I'm not excited. That's a lie. My heart does not feel excited at the thought of being absolutely ruined by these books. But also, I feel as though in terms of reading experience, what more could you want than to be moved by a book? And finally, the last book we're going to talk about is fantasy because, you know, we got to end on a sweet note. And it's Wings of Starlight by Alison South. Finally got my hands on a copy. It's paperback. It's beautiful. I've heard this is just magical and enchanting. And I know the top it says Disney. I said earlier it's giving Disney, but I didn't realise it's actually Disney. This is a sweeping, spellbinding, star-crossed romance between the Queen of Pixie Hollow and the Lord of the Winter Woods. I've just heard that this is just absolutely beautiful, and I want to read it immediately. I'm definitely going to be reading this in March. For those who see the world as it could be, brighter and full of magic. I don't know, I just feel like I love it already. Got March written all over it. I will be reading this, and I will be obviously giving you guys all of my thoughts. Has anybody read this yet? If so, what did you think? Have you read any of the books that I've talked about? Let me know in the comments. I'm excited to see if you guys have read them and if you know anything about them and what your experiences have been with them. So that is everything for this week's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend the time with me. I appreciate it and appreciate you so much. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week. And as always, I will see you back here same time next week for a new video.